Hello everyone, I'm back, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. Throughout the recent years, many disturbing things have been caught on dash cams. From weird unidentified creatures to killers and to many other unexplainable phenomena. So today I decided to highlight some of the most chilling and downright horrifying things ever caught on dash cams. So grab your popcorn and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the scariest dash cam clips ever. The following video was taken in Wessex, Britain by a traffic camera. The camera is located on a local highway. Now authorities capture all kinds of weird and crazy things on these cameras, from wildlife running by to car crashes and much more. But what was captured in this video remains a mystery. You can see as what looks like maybe a dog or something runs by. However, when we zoom in and take a closer look, it becomes clear that this is not a dog at all. This unidentified creature's legs are bending inward with every stride, and it almost looks humanoid shaped. And it moves unnaturally fast. No one has really been able to come up with a good explanation as to what this creature was. And what's weird is at first glance, nobody would really question the footage. It's when we zoom in and really take a close look at this being that we really realize what we're dealing with. Some believe it's a shapeshifter or something paranormal. Maybe a skinwalker. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. The following dashcam footage comes from Queensland, Australia. This encounter happened in 2019. This is just a really scary encounter, but it gets even more scary as the story goes on. A trucker's dashcam shows as a gray car drives past traffic on the shoulder of the road. Pay attention to this car. For some reason, it cuts off the BMW and comes to a complete stop in the middle of the highway. Then a man and a woman both step out of the car and approach the BMW. The man on the right, wielding a sharp object, approaches the passenger door and begins threatening them, all while the girl on the left tries to open the driver's side door. Luckily, the doors were locked and they sped out of there unharmed. This is exactly why you should always have your doors locked when you're driving. You never really know when it could save your life. And the scariest part about this footage is that the couple continued doing this throughout the day. They did it to multiple different victims. They would stop in front of them, hop out, and try to rob them. They kept heading southbound on the highway looking for more victims until they succeeded in one of their violent robberies. At an exit, they stopped, hopped out, and approached their victim. They forced a 67-year-old woman out of her Mazda SX3 hatchback and hijacked her car. They then drove away in the stolen vehicle, leaving the woman stranded all alone in the middle of the highway. After this, police were on high alert searching for the suspects. But it was never made known to the public if they were ever captured, but hopefully they were. In Ukraine in 2015 at around 4:30 in the morning, a man was driving alone down a dark and desolate road. It seems to take place practically in the middle of nowhere. He was driving until suddenly he was forced to slam on his brakes because someone or something was blocking his path. He rounds the corner and boom! Standing there is something straight out of a horror movie. A ghostly woman in an all-white dress or gown appears. She stands motionless until she falls down and disappears through the ground. The man speeds away, getting the heck out of that area and back onto the main roads. Allegedly, this road here is rumored to be haunted. Numerous encounters of a strange woman in white have been reported. Nobody knows how or why the woman is on this road, but apparently she is. Some suspect she was killed on this road. Maybe she was hit by a car or died in a car accident, but maybe that's why she resides here. But anyways, just some very creepy footage. Some suspect the footage is staged, but the driver claims it was all too real. This terrifying video was taken on a police dash cam. It was taken very early in the morning of February 24th, 2023. Multiple police units had blocked off this particular section of the highway because of a crash. Everything was going to plan. Police were standing outside of their vehicles, making sure no cars come through. But just when they thought they were all good, the video takes a very dark turn. New Jersey State Trooper Stefan Lantini is seen waving his flashlight at an oncoming truck. It was a heavy-duty semi-truck. Even though Lantini is shining his light at the driver, the truck shows no sign of stopping and continues on at a dangerous speed. As the massive truck nears closer, the trooper has no choice but to sprint off the road as it's coming directly for him. The 40,000-pound truck slams into multiple police cruisers and an ambulance, easily plowing right through them. The other officers come rushing onto the scene to make sure none of the other officers were injured. Luckily, Lantini managed to get out of the way just in time, and no officers were injured. And the crazy thing is, not even the truck driver was injured in the incident. This crash could have been fatal and very dangerous in so many ways. Had any police officers been standing in the path, they certainly would have met their fate. And for the truck driver, he's very lucky to be alive as well. The crash totaled 3 police cruisers and the ambulance was pretty damaged as well. The truck driver was given a summons for his reckless driving. He was a 53-year-old male, however the details behind the crash are still unknown. One of the theories is that the man fell asleep at the wheel, as truck drivers often go on very, very long trips and they can get very tired. Others think maybe he just wasn't paying attention. I honestly have no idea how he couldn't have seen the flashing lights and everything. But the most important thing is that everyone survived this shocking encounter. Taking a look at another dashcam clip coming from a trucker. This strange and creepy incident occurred at 1:30 in the morning on a desolate road in Louisiana. The truck driver in particular took a path that most truckers try everything in their power to avoid. They steer clear from this specific road because of its superstitious legends. This very road here is said to be cursed. Many drivers are involved in accidents on this road, but the very high number of accidents is not the scariest part. Countless amounts of strange sightings and encounters occur as well. Drivers report seeing shadowy figures along the sides of the roads. So as this trucker drove by, he paid close attention to his surroundings and was on the lookout, when suddenly he sees this. And it appears the camera picked it up as well. A pale woman or something acting like a woman is seen on the side of the road squatting down. The being looks at the driver and lifts its hand in a strange manner. The way it moves its hand seems weird. Something looks off about it. Considering that he was in the middle of nowhere and it was 1:30 in the morning, and by the way this thing looks, most believe it was not a human, rather a skinwalker. A skinwalker is a shape-shifting witch spirit that can mimic humans and animals. And this video here is exactly what a skinwalker is said to look like. After the video was released, no new information was ever brought to the public, leaving us perplexed. This footage here scared me, and I'm sure it will scare you as well. A young man was driving down a familiar road that he drives often. He begins to accelerate very fast and begins going at very high speeds until something happens. Out of nowhere, a man in black appears in the middle of the road. The man sees the figure and tries to hit his brakes, but it's obviously too late as he's traveling at very fast speeds. According to the driver, the car drove straight through the man and no damage occurred to the car at all. The man just vanished. He even drove back to the scene and hopped out to see if the man was okay. He investigated thoroughly, but there was absolutely no sign of anyone being there at all. This is when the man realized that he was dealing with something paranormal. Despite the eerie look of the being, he thinks it was a good spirit though, perhaps a guardian angel watching out for him. Considering he was driving very fast and was being very dangerous, maybe the guardian angel was sent down to protect him. No matter what the correct theory is, it's some deeply chilling footage regardless. A man was driving down a road in New York as he approached a toll booth. As he neared the toll booth, he began looking around at his surroundings when he looked up and spotted something really weird in the sky. A strange circular object is hovering in the nearby distance. When we zoom in and take a closer look, we can really see what this thing looks like. It really looks like the textbook example of a UFO. It's circular, almost saucer-shaped, and it appears to be silver and made out of metal. But it's just hovering there, not moving at all. It doesn't look like any flying object that we know here on this earth. The driver thinks he caught a real UFO this day, July 18th, 2023. And it honestly looks pretty real to me and doesn't really appear edited or anything. So let me know your opinions in the comments down below. Taken by the dash cam of a truck owner named Mike Eugene, the following footage will shock you. It happened on September 6th, 2018 in Chester, Virginia. Mike, a resident of the nearby area, was driving around and approached some railroad tracks when he saw this. A massive semi-truck is stuck on some railroad tracks, and the lights are flashing and the crossing guard is down, meaning a train is approaching the intersection. The train approaches, and in the video, the two men are seen jumping out of the driver and passenger sides, and they escape just in time. The train completely demolishes the trailer like it's nothing, severing it completely in half. The rest of the truck travels forward and comes to a stop. After the incident, Mike wanted to make sure that everybody was okay, so he pulled up and talked to the two drivers of the truck.
Nobody was in that truck, were they? You're all out, okay.
Luckily, no one at all was injured. Everyone was okay. However, this exact same scenario had actually happened multiple other times before this. A semi-truck would get stuck on these exact tracks, and the rest is history. In 2014, a similar situation would occur, but it was a deadly collision. Then only 2 months after this, another semi-truck would get stuck on these tracks and then hit by the train as well. Then again in 2016. This is on Curtis Street in Chester, Virginia. Because of the steepness of the slope, semi-trucks can easily get stuck. They have signs posted up warning oncomers that certain trucks could potentially get stuck on these tracks. Now this has to be one of the most dangerous railroad intersections in the world. Hopefully more restrictions are put in place to prevent this from happening even more in the future. This video here follows a similar pattern to the one I showed earlier of the Skinwalker girl on the side of the road. This one was taken on August 18th, 2023. A truck driver named Gaston Rodriguez and a passenger were making their way down a pretty desolate road, a road that truckers usually choose to avoid entirely. They choose to avoid this road because a large number of accidents happen on it, and according to YouTuber Bizarre Bub, apparently some of the accidents were fatal. And that's why people think this road is cursed. Superstitious people avoid the road, but the two truckers this time couldn't. Because they couldn't find a different route, they were forced to drive on this road. So they turned on some happy music to try to keep their spirits up, but apparently a different kind of spirit was up. It's very quick, but a whitish, shadowy figure is seen sprinting past, until it ultimately disappears completely. Neither the driver nor the passenger noticed this in real time. They saw nothing. But when they looked back at the footage, they were deeply disturbed. The way the being appears and disappears is enough to shake you to your core. As you probably guessed, the drivers and others think that it was something paranormal, especially because of all the legends behind this road. Could it have been a spirit of one of the many lives that were lost in the fatal accidents on this road? Your guess is as good as mine. Taking a look at a very scary event captured on dash cam. I'll just let the footage do the talking. Suddenly, a tire dislodges from an oncoming car and it rolls and smacks right into the front of the driver's car, causing significant damage. She then pulls over to the side of the road. It's unknown if the driver ever stopped or if he fled the scene. Now, how the heck does this even happen? And I remember one time me and my family actually had a similar situation happen to us. We were on a trip to vacation and we had been driving a long stretch of highway for a few hours. Everything was going great until suddenly a semi-truck was in front of us and one of the tires completely blew off. But luckily it was just the tread of the tire and not the full tire like the one in the video, but it flew right past us and barely missed our car. It was a close call. Scary stuff like this can happen on roads at any time, and that's why drivers need to always be alert and on the lookout. This video comes from Dashcam Confessions on TikTok. It was posted on October 5th, 2022. The video showcases a wrong-way driver coming down the wrong side of traffic.
Oh my god! Shit, what is this? No, wait!
It smacks into a car and continues on and almost smashes into the person taking the video. Luckily, they stopped just in time when a man came rushing over and confronted them. It's unknown why the driver was in this position. Maybe they were drunk or confused or both. And it appears to be an old lady in the driver's seat. What do you guys think about this? In this video, a woman is driving along a busy highway. She was minding her own business when a gray SUV attempts to merge right in front of her. But he was way too close and he clips the front right side of her car, sending her out of control. The woman calmly and miraculously regains control and continues driving like nothing happened. She knew exactly what to do in this situation, her instincts kicked in, and luckily she saved her own life. Just a crazy clip to watch. O'Neill is the owner of a local trucking company in Oklahoma. He claims that one of his truck drivers caught something very eerie in the late hours of the night while on a delivery trip. He was seemingly in the middle of nowhere, and that's when this happened. He quickly swerved out of the way, avoiding the little girl. The driver said that afterwards he stopped and turned around quickly to make sure she was okay. But there was absolutely no trace of anyone or anything. This incident freaked the driver out so much that he immediately contacted the owner, which was Sherman O'Neill, and they are still both completely puzzled by this incident. The little girl appears to be wearing some sort of old clothing, and how and why would a little girl be out in the middle of the night all alone in the middle of nowhere? There are lots of questions left unanswered with this footage. Many believe this to be a spirit of a young girl wandering the desolate road in the late hours of the night. How else could you explain such an encounter? A man named Mark Walt was driving along one night when his dashcam picked up something strange in the sky. This happened on May 22nd, 2022. Check it out. A green ball of light can be seen flying through the night sky. Now honestly, this is just such a cool and rare capture. It's most likely just a meteor or comet of some sort, and the fact that he caught it on camera is insane. Most think it was just something from space, but paranormal experts claim that it could have been a UFO or aliens. However, that's probably not the case with this one because it just looks like a shooting star. But I haven't ever seen a green one before, so it is kind of weird. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed today's dashcam clips. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like buttons, mom. Let's aim for 2,000 likes for another one of these scary dashcam videos. And if you want to get to know me more, or you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Maxwell Fear, or you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Maximum Fear YT. And be sure to check out my brand new merch in the description down below. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because only 4% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed. And be sure to hit that bell as well so you don't miss when I upload. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.